Jack Guerrero for Supervisor, 3rd District. I think they're going to camera for you over here.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's always an honor to come back to our regular monthly meeting. This is a wonderful organization with so many patriots, and I'm honored as well to share the stage today with Senator Morrell, who we're going to hear from very shortly, and of course our esteemed Assemblywoman Kate Sanchez. So I couldn't be happier on a Friday night. I wanted to share a little bit about some of the progress that we've been making on the campaign trail over the last few weeks, from protesting in front of Planned Parenthood in Murrieta with many folks from this particular organization, as well as Catholics from the local parishes. And I'm just super excited that we were able to do that very proactively a few weeks back. We also spoke on parental rights at the duck pond. Some of you were there. I remember Slim with an excellent invocation at the time. So I'm very excited about that. This week, as Bob mentioned, I was at a candidate forum with my Republican opponent, and it was an excellent event. We're going to have a video of that up on the website shortly, but I was able to distinguish myself on professional background, on my deep dive analytical review of the county's financial predicament and economic outlook, and on my social activism throughout the county on issues like life and parental rights. So it was a wonderful occasion. And this morning I was interviewed by the Press Enterprise, apparently a very left-wing reporter, but it was an excellent exchange. I was able to really do a deep dive evaluation of finance and budgets. I even invoked the 313-page annual comprehensive financial report of the county of Riverside. And I'm curious, how many of you have read that 313-page report? Well, I'll fill you in on a secret. Most politicians have not in the county of Riverside. And so I think I pleasantly surprised the reporter when I specifically invoked that report. And in my early professional life, I used to actually audit those reports and prepare the auditor's opinion and the SAS 70 letter, which is a letter of internal control deficiencies that are uncovered over the course of those financial statement audits of government agencies. And so I was able to share that experience with the reporter. I also invoked a number of early warning indicators that, based on my review of the financial reports, are alarming to me, including a $3 billion unfunded pension liability, according to Riverside County, but that is based on an unrealistically achievable discount rate of 7.15%, which most economists have blown completely out of the water as unrealistic. I agree with Stanford University economists who converge on a ratio or a discount rate closer to the risk-free rate of return. And when you extrapolate their findings for CalPERS statewide and apply it to Riverside County, I converge on a figure closer to $10 billion unfunded liability for this county. That is a staggering amount that exceeds the entire budget for the county, and nobody is talking about this. There are, of course, a lot of issues that exacerbate this, like compensation, and let me tell you, in Riverside County, there are dozens of bureaucrats today who make more than $500,000 in compensation. Now, I may be out of touch, but how many of you think $500,000 compensation is reasonable for a public servant? 814 bureaucrats in Riverside County make $250,000 in compensation every year. We now have $300 million in accrued overtime and sick leave and vacation pay that we owe as an obligation in this county. All of these things really matter. The consequence has been, of course, that our credit rating becomes relatively unattractive. At AA negative, we parallel the state of California. Now, that may be investment grade, but what matters is how the credit rating compares to all other regions and municipalities and counties. And on that standard, Riverside County is actually relatively unattractive. Most counties in the United States have a better rating than the AA negative, according to Standard & Poor's. And what does that all mean? It means that we have to pay more interest because we're competing for the same pool of investors to the tune of tens of millions of dollars in additional interest to Wall Street bankers at the expense of the citizens of Riverside County. That's unacceptable. What does the County Board of Supervisors do in response to this? They grow the size of government. They continue to deficit spend. The CAGR, the compound annual growth rate for the budget in Riverside County approximates about 13% year over year over year during a time when our population is growing only 1% and when inflation is also growing at far less than the compound annual growth rate of the budget for the Riverside County. So I think these are alarming early warning indicators. I am placing a spotlight on these issues, and none of my opponents in this race have dared to do that. So I'm going to continue to fight, ladies and gentlemen, not just on finance and budget, but also on the culture war that is afflicting this state. And I'm so proud to count on the support of this wonderful organization. And I hope I don't get too emotional, but I want to really thank the patriots in this room for taking a chance on a kid from Cudahy in Los Angeles County. And I will not let you down. God bless you all, and God bless you all.